He became an aerobatic pilot and won several titles in international championships. He has left hundreds of people speechless while competing at the Red Bull Air Race. His name is Peter Besenyei, and he may have done some crazy things during his career. But this time, he's in Greece for something truly risky.
Several times I flew under bridges. This project is maybe it's the most difficult.
The Corinth Canal has caught Peter Besenyei's attention. We call this location the Canal of Darings, since it has offered the terrain for some thrilling achievements in the past. In 2010, worldwide known FMX rider Robbie Madison performed a record jump over the canal with his motorbike. Robbie accelerated up a ramp over the canal some 80 meters below and landed safely on the other side of the canal. At his highest point, Madison was 95 meters above the canal's surface. Years before this, back in 2004, another renowned name from the world of extreme sports, Felix Baumgartner, the man who stood on the edge of space and made history with his 35-kilometer freefall, found himself in the same spot, set to dive into the canal holding only his parachute's open pilot. Peter, known as the godfather of the Red Bull Air Race, the fastest motorsport series in the world, was behind the initial idea and significantly supported the competition format designing.
The Red Bull Air Race is an amazing challenge. It's a new sport in the aviation. They are flying low and fast between obstacles, and the result is quite objective, as the fastest is the winner. And also good for the public because they see the planes quite close during the action. It's very spectacular, and usually we have it in amazing locations, so it's really great.
This living legend is a top title contender in the championship, taking first overall in the inaugural 2003 season and being among the protagonists ever since.
Since I was 6 years old, I wanted to fly, and when I saw an aeroplane the very first time, this aeroplane were making aerobatic spin, loops, rolls, and it amazed me. And since this time, I wanted to fly aerobatic, to use the 3-dimension, and it's a kind of freedom.
This time, Peter is set for something new.
The plan is here to fly the very first time the Corinth Canal inside. Dimension of the canal is okay, it's safe. The big issue is the wind and the turbulence inside. It will be not easy, yeah. Without wind, it would be not as difficult. Of course, needs some experience and some preparations, but the main concern here is the wind and the turbulence. Watch the birds, how they fly. Even the birds inside, they are suffering, and I try to balance. So I'm just studying the birds now, how to do it tomorrow. If everything is okay, I will fly inverted, maybe I make a roll inside. But if I don't feel comfortable, if I don't feel really safe, I'm just fly straight, and it will be also interesting and nice. In the worst case, tomorrow we have fog and we cannot fly.
I can say a good project for him, because can be a little bit dangerous, but for Peter it's not.
He always seeks out different challenges.
In the last couple of years, I made this kind of stunt. Several times I flew under bridges, like first in Budapest, and then in China, and then in Rotterdam, and then in Kuala Lumpur. In China, the Tiananmen cave, the very first time, even upside down. It was a very special hole in the huge mountain. You never should say it's easy, because it's all different challenges, all different adventures. So altogether it will be quite interesting and quite challenging, but I can't wait. Let's go. There is no room for fear because I trust myself, I trust my plane. Since I was 6 years old, I wanted to fly.
The aircraft is an Extra 300S DFB that weighs in at approximately 608 kilograms and has 300 plus horsepower with a wingspan of 8 meters. Peter has checked the canal before. He is experienced and has faith in himself. The potential dangerous cables between the bridges have been marked. Nevertheless, the unexpected wind turbulences inside the canal and the possible sudden movement of birds are the only risks that the pilot can expect. There he goes. The Hungarian is approaching the Corinth Canal. He gives one last panoramic look of the spot as he arrives and puts the aircraft to the right height to start his first flyby. Peter increases his speed between the narrow walls, reaching 300 kilometers an hour. He approaches closer and crosses the canal for the first time in an aligned flight. Takes some height, and with a tilt, he monitors the move he just made. The pilot looks pretty cool and inquiring. He makes a 180-degree turn and heads back to the bridge. Now we watch the aircraft enter between the walls of the canal, gaining more speed, and he passes the bridge for the second time. It seems that winds are not causing big problems today. Everything seems perfect so far. But there is definitely much more to expect from this legend of the skies. He performs impressive loops with his aircraft to rediscover his goal. He's approaching the walls once again. A flock of birds is in front of the aircraft, but luckily the distance is controlled and Peter continues and passes the second bridge once again. It's a truly amazing experience having this legend in front of your eyes doing what he knows best in this spectacular location. We can see the smoke from the aircraft. This is the signal Peter is sending that now it's time for some more serious action. As he passes the bridge, doing a vertical move up and continuously loops once again, the speed of his aircraft has now reached more than 290 kilometers an hour. Peter looks pretty confident, but yet not satisfied. Back to the canal once more. He passes the bridge and whoa! This time he's trying something new. It looks like he's going for a loop all the way around this bridge. Okay, I think he just did the test he wanted, and now he's going for some serious stuff. See the smoke signal again. He goes for a vertical climb and then a steep descent. He's doing this huge loop spinning at the same time. It's Peter Besenyei in action, ladies and gentlemen, and this amazing aerobatic performance will not stop here. Double loop around the bridge as he was spinning at every exit. And he's finished. One more challenge has been conquered by this amazing pilot. He has definitely put his name on the list of daring individuals. Peter Besenyei fends off the Corinth Canal back to the airport.
I think it was perfect. The weather was ideal, no wind, so only a little bit of wind. It's only I noticed some birds were quite close, which made me a little bit afraid, but I tried to avoid them. So again, it's an amazing location, and it's a historical canal, and maybe that was one of the most interesting flights in my life. So thank you very much for that. Thank you.